So what's more important, training or nutrition? Look, if you want to get jacked, ridiculously yoked, you got to understand both. You can actually use multiple ways of nutrition, multiple ways of training to achieve your dream physique. But there does have to be several fundamental things in place in both your training and your nutrition for you to get anywhere. And we'll start with just eating. If you want to eat, to gain weight, to put on size, actual muscle mass, more tissue on your frame, you're going to have to understand calories. You're going to have to understand macronutrients. With calories, you can never eat more than your body can use. If you do this, this is a calorie surplus. And that calorie surplus, if you're not going to the gym, if you're not providing your body with a stimulus, this calorie surplus will get converted to fat. Now, most people, almost everybody, whenever they're trying to put on size, there is going to be an element of fat gain. Now, you've heard maybe of main gaining, and that's where you eat within your calorie limits and just go a little bit more and slowly add tissue over time. Now, that's a stark contrast to the old days where everybody bulked, where you were eating probably at least 1,000 calories over your daily limit. So you could put on muscle mass, but you're also putting on significant amounts of fat as well. That is an extremely important thing to take into consideration. Now, also, you have to understand macronutrients. Your calories are divided three ways: protein, carbs, and fats. Now, generally speaking, most experts have decided that you need at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. You start there. Now, when you add in your extra calories, you're generally going to be making your carbohydrate and your fat intake go up. You're using your energy sources to increase your caloric intake to give your body more fuel to build muscle. And also, too, you can eat a little bit more protein as well. No harm's going to come from eating too much protein. I mean, you could probably eat too much and it would be hard on your liver, but you're going to have to like double your intake. And a lot of times, if you're not on anabolics, really just 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is absolutely perfect. So you got your protein, you got your carbs, you got your fat. Now, a lot of people, they like dividing up their food intake through multiple meals throughout the day, anywhere from 3 to 5. Sometimes people like Rich Piana, they got up to 12 meals a day. It's a bit ridiculous. Now, you can contrast that with what's more in vogue today. You got a lot of people eating 1 meal a day, 2 meal a day, intermittent fasting, all these different kinds of nutritional outlooks. But the fundamentals have got to be there. If you're only eating 1 meal a day, but your calories in that 1 meal exceed what your body needs, you're going to gain weight. If your calories in that 1 meal don't meet your caloric requirements, you're going to lose weight. It really is that simple. Now, with training, the main thing with training that you've got to do, it's so simple. You got to go hard. And I don't want to sound like Greg Doucette, but he's right. You actually just have to go a little bit harder than you went the last time. There's lots of different ways to do progressive overload, which is really the fundamental part of hypertrophy. So with progressive overload, you need to be consistently doing more in the gym. This means that you can add more weight to the bar. You can use the same weight, more reps, or you can actually increase the totality of your exercise. If you did 5 sets last week, if you add in and do a 6 set this week, then that's going to be considered progressive overload as well. So when you look at training and you look at nutrition, there's got to be several fundamental factors, like we just discussed, present in all of those things. Now, you can do high volume, you can do low volume, you can work out like Jay Cutler, you can do Mike Mincer workouts. But the thing about it is, you've got to stay consistent with it for at least 8 weeks to see how your body responds. If you change up before then, you're really not going to get a good account of what actually it is your body prefers via a training method or a nutritional method. I know a lot of guys right now, especially on social media, are doing more of a high carbohydrate diet, a lot of extra sugar. And honestly, if you stay within your caloric limits, the extra sugar really isn't going to cause you to gain weight. Now, maybe it'll make you perform better, but with actual weight gain or loss, it's all about your caloric requirements, and that must be understood. Same thing with training. No matter what style of training you choose to pursue, you've got to have those fundamental factors there. You've got to be getting stronger over a period of time. You've got to be able to do more over a period of time. Once you combine the nutrition with the training, that's where you're going to get the results that you're really looking for.